Silver smoke and whispered names, candle flame that knows no shame. In the stillness, shadows wake, secrets stir in what we make. In the shadows where the embers glow, we've built our haven, let the courage flow. With iron will we carve our fate, together we stand, it's never too late. From ashes deep we draw our might, with flames that dance, igniting the night. Welcome home to the Hearth and the Stag. We'll never break through fire and wreck.
Well, hello, Jen. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hearth and the Stag.
Hello.
Did you notice that I edited the intro properly this time?
I did.
It just didn't go on and on and on and on, and I'm just sitting there going, "What's going on here?" It didn't send me in panic mode for a change. Isn't the night just beautiful?
It is, but I think it's messing with my computer.
Oh, that's right, because those northern lights, all those what's it, plasma waves, just blasting all over well, at least in my neck of the woods. I don't know if it's over where you're at,
but it's messing everything up.
We're on a delay tonight with Jen.
It is. You can see him here.
We're on a delay tonight with Jen. We're going to have technical. She's going to be stuck with a straw in her mouth every once in a while.
Story of my life.
Welcome, everybody. How is everyone doing tonight? Look, she just froze. It's beautiful. Jen is saying hello to everybody. Hello. Welcome, Marla, to the show. Look, there is Marin. Hello. Good evening to you. Good to see you. Hello, Scott. Which Marin is going to be our guest next week on the show. How exciting is that? I'm excited.
That is exciting.
Sure. For me, it's exciting. I'm all giggly inside. Luna, hello. Good evening. Let me see if I can get that. Mary Meat from the Pacific Northwest. Hello. Blair Tupa. Mary Meat from Ohio. Hello, neighbor. Hello, neighbor. I'm from Indiana, so that's why I'm saying neighbor. She's just right next door. I can knock. Hello. What's for dinner tonight there, Blair? I'm your neighbor. Blessed be from Georgia. Hello, Moon Dancer. How are you doing this evening? Hello, Alexis. Hello, good evening. Moon Dancer. Hello, Jen. She's saying hello. There's Mary Beth. Saying hello to everybody. Hello, Jen. Hello, Sid. It's good here in Texas. That's what I heard. It's good in Texas, I heard. So we got a fun show tonight. I'm super excited about this show. Actually, I just got through watching her live show where she spends an hour playing the auto harp, and I heard it a few weeks back, heard her doing her thing, and I just fell in love with the show. So I had to, like a fanboy, reach out and see if I can get this lovely guest on the show. And I got notes on the introduction, so let me do the introduction for her real quick. Everybody, please welcome Ginger Ackley. Now resides in Ohio. Has produced at least 7 albums that I know of, according to her website bio. 7 albums. The latest is EnCHANTica, which is also the name of her Facebook live show. She has 7 albums. Some of those are kind of kid related, and then the last one, EnCHANTica, is what she's been doing online. That was kind of like created in March of 2020 during the COVID era. And boy, wasn't those just fun times? And look, she done created something amazing and beautiful. She's won in 2020, she was voted the best female artist by the International Pagan Music Association. Everybody, please welcome Ginger Ackley to the show. Welcome to the show, Ginger.
Hello. And one slight correction. It's Ackley.
Ackley. See, there I just get a virtual slap in the face for saying the name wrong.
It's all good. It's all good. There have been worse.
And I'm trying to break records, and here I am, not even breaking them. Moon Dancer. Let's see what we got here. Yay, Ginger. Marion says, hi. Hey. Well, she's saying, hi, Ginger.
Hello, Marion. Marion and
says,
I have enjoyed playing music together.
You guys, you've been doing this for a while, right?
Yep, I sure have.
Like how long you been doing this for then?
I didn't start playing music out in public until my kids were mostly grown, and I didn't start doing this till I was in my 50s.
Was you just scared, nervous, or?
No, it was kind of something that I needed to do. It was like the music just sort of came bubbling up, and a lot of times when I couldn't express the emotions, the music would allow me to express it. And the more I, and this was early on with my pagan, when I was set on the pagan path. And it's just the muse started working with me almost immediately. And it's just it's so much easier for me to express spirituality and my beliefs in music.
Well, your shows are very interesting in the aspect of, did we lose Jen? Did we lost Jen? Your music is interesting, or your live show is. What I like about your live show is you're so interactive with the people tuning in and listening to your music. You do these like what's the proper word I should say? Like a prayer request. You're uplifting certain people during the show. What's the how can I use that? I don't want to say prayer request because that's maybe not the proper word, but what do you call that little segment when you're kind of acknowledging everybody's needs and what's going on in their life? They need a little bit of uplifting.
Let me go back to March 2020 and tell you how EnCHANTica came about. I was supposed to go into a metaphysical shop here in Cleveland to do a music workshop, and then the lockdown happened. And this was that first week. I think the lockdown happened on a Tuesday, and Wednesday was when I was supposed to do the workshop. And so I called the lady that owned the shop, and I said, what do you want me to do? And she just said, oh, just take it online. I had no idea how to do that. But I figured it out. I had about an hour and a half. I figured it out.
That's pretty quick now.
It was scary. That first one was really scary, but the scariest part was that everybody that I knew in the world was panicking and was freaking out because all of a sudden they weren't allowed to go any place, and people weren't allowed to come see them, and they couldn't go to the store, and what about this? And they were just, it was a pandemic. Oh gosh, there's a pandemic. And the only thing I could think of to do was to offer music. So I went online, just no warning. I just went online and I started singing every pagan song I could think of, and some were mine, but I tried to do all the old standards and everything. And we had, if I remember correctly, I think we had like 3,000 people pop in on that first EnCHANTica.
Wow.
And there, I mean, there were thousands that watched it afterwards, and it went all the way around the world. That was 296 weeks ago. That was way over 5.5 years, and I've been doing it every week, every Wednesday ever since. I only intended to do the 1 week the first time, but then I started getting flooded with requests. Well, you're going to do this next week, right? Well, we'll tune in next week if you did. Yeah, we want you to do it next week. So I did. And people that I would see people asking for prayers, people asking for healing, people asking for help online. So I figured music is a shortcut to spirit. I mean, if I want to make a spell go, if I want to make a wish go, if I want to make healing happen, if I want the magic to flow,
it's music that does it. Yep, music's what does it.
A sung spell to me is very, very powerful. And I knew that a lot of people were tuning in that weren't necessarily pagan or as pagan. So I tried to keep it to the elements, because that's what Creator made all of us with. And it doesn't matter what spiritual path you're on, you're still made from the elements. Creator, God, Spirit, whatever you wish to say, created us from the elements. So the more I played the existing pagan music, the more the muse started working on my mind and my heart and my spirit, and I started getting like downloads. I would hear music in my sleep, and I would get up and write the music down in the morning. And go, oh wow, check that one out. And so it's continued over the 5 years, and we literally do have followers all the way around the world. So
well-deserved followers too. I mean, what you do on these shows is really, really just an amazing, beautiful experience. Because the way you integrate the music into, like in between songs, you're strumming, and you got this calming, soothing tone about you that just puts everybody's soul to, like, at ease as we're listening. It's a beautiful thing. And what's really cool is it's cool but not cool, because we had to experience the whole 2020 thing, and that was just a horrible experience globally. But there has been a few cool things that has been made through this. EnCHANTica, that the whole COVID experience created that for you. Just like with me, I didn't start doing what I was doing till right around COVID hit, and I was like, well, okay, I've never done a podcast. I've never done nothing ever. But you know what? I'm going to go out and spend me $100. I'm going to buy me some podcast equipment. I'm going to give this a go. And then I just fell in love with it. Just like you fall in love with doing it every Wednesday.
Yep.
Let's get to some comments. Mary Beth here, Ginger, has a question for you. She's wanting to know, are you a healer?
I would say qualified. I would say yes, but I'm not.
You don't have a certificate.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not certificated or anything. But it flows, and I am very much of an empath. And that plays into the music as well. There's a song that is on the EnCHANTica album, "Make It Sacred." Again, this during the height of COVID, I was on the way to a doctor's appointment for myself, and I drove past a hospital, and I got hit by like a tidal wave. It was just like, boom! It hit me so hard, of sadness and fear and panic and just depression. I mean, serious stuff. And I could ground like that little bits of that, but this was like a whole hospital's worth. And I said out loud while I'm driving, Mother, what am I supposed to do with that? And she literally opened up the top of my head and poured a song into it. And by the time I got to my doctor's appointment, the song was written and I had it memorized. But the lesson that came with it was the coolest thing. It's Sacred Mother, I feel a sadness. Okay, we feel that. We understand that. Now she said, you hold the sadness, hold that sadness in your heart and honor it. And honor it, why? And she was explaining that you don't set out to feel sad. You don't set out to feel angry. You don't set out to feel ill or lonely. Those are raw, honest, no subterfuge sort of things. She said, those are so real. You honor them, hold them in your heart and honor them. And when you've honored them, then give them back to me. And they become pure healing energy in the earth. And so the second part is, Holy Mother, I make it sacred. I lay it on the earth. And that has become a very, very powerful, I keep it available if somebody messages me and says, you know, I need healing, I need help. I send them that song. It's not meant for me, it's meant for anyone that needs it. So I'm not a healer. I don't work as a healer, but when my energy is needed as a healer, it certainly goes out very freely and sometimes unexpectedly.
Marin says here, she's done it through storms, through falling and hurting her arm, through being sick, through traveling, never missing a week. She is amazing. Aw, that's nice when friends get together like that.
Yeah, I did. I fell at the Cleveland Witches Walk. I think it was 2022, and broke my arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mostly better now. It's been that long that I'm able to I worked my way through it. I played my way through it. When I've played backing tracks and just sung when I couldn't play the auto harp. I worked out ways to keep it going, and I've had friends that stepped in when I was really sick, when I had the flu, and they stepped in and kept it all going. And it's you know, we've made it every week for over 5.5 years. So
Luna Sparkles here says she healed a big part of my heart. That is for sure. God says, love your music. Blair says same. And Scott's like, your music is awesome. Good old Tiberius Tuttle. Always know when's the right thing to say.
Thank you. Luna is out on the West Coast, and I was very, very honored when she asked if she could take some of my music and sing it out live for people where she lives. And she is a musician in her own right, beautiful voice, beautiful songwriter.
Oh, wow.
As is Marin. So, you know,
Marin is really good too. I've played her a few times on my radio show. Her new stuff that's coming out is really good too. But I won't give now. I wait for her release for all that. I won't. And plus, we got her on next week too, so we'll be able to play some of that music too. Yeah. I'm excited for that one. Like a little kid. And speaking of little kid, let's play a little bit of some of your music, and then we'll come back and we'll pick your brain. I'm kind of curious about what it was like being Ginger as a child, and what kind of formed Ginger into what she is today. So I'm going to ask some questions about that. after our musical break. But we're going to play. Let's see here. What song do I want to hear? How about "It Only Takes a Spark"? Does that sound good? I
It's a
love
good
that
one.
song. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay tuned. Right where we're at, we are playing some Ginger. What Ackley? Ackley?
Ackley.
Ackley. Ackley. It only takes a spark. You're going to forgive me, Ginger.
It's okay.
You're going to forgive me. I'll never get it right, probably, as long as I know you.
It's okay. It's
To,
okay.
to be fair, we'll stay where you're at, guys. We'll be right back. Step beyond the veil and tune your spirit to International Pagan Radio, where the old gods meet the new world. From witchy talk shows to pagan beats and moonlit musings, we celebrate every path, every spell, every soul. So light your candles, raise your vibes, and join the circle. International Pagan Radio. Music, magic, and community in perfect harmony.
It only takes a spark and a little bit of kindling, a bit of pure desire to become a flame. Intention is the spark, passion is the kindling, spirit of the fire. Welcome to the holy flame. It only takes a spark and a little bit of kindling, a bit of pure desire to become a flame. Intention is the spark, passion is the kindling, spirit of the fire. Welcome to the holy flame. Takes a spark and a little bit of kindling, a bit of pure desire to become a flame. Intention is the spark, passion is the kindling, spirit of the fire. Welcome to the holy flame.
How happy did that just make you feel? Seeing her play that auto harp with a smile on her face, just like listening to like a lullaby, just soothes you.
It does.
Beautiful
Thank
song,
you.
by the way, Ginger. Beautiful song, by the way. So let's well, anyway, welcome back, everybody. Let me get to that too. Welcome back to the Hearth the Stag. We're hanging out. You're hanging out with myself, Jen, and Ginger here, and we are talking to Ginger about her music, her life as a pagan. Let's talk a little bit about your childhood. We won't dive too deep, but let me ask you, what age did you start to learn that you had these gifts? And you said you was an empath. So how hard was that for you as a child to cope with and navigate a childhood or a teenage years being an empath?
Well, there's a pair of questions for you.
Well, it is a question talk show.
Yeah. Music has always been part of my life. My dad's family came from Slovenia in the early 1900s, and they they collected music from Europe and all over the world. And my dad continued that after his parents passed and everything. I've got over 800 pieces of vinyl down in the basement that I'm digitizing bit by bit. And some of these are just there, like Russian Don Cossacks from before World War I. We would have nights where my dad would end the dinner and he'd put his hands on the table and said, "Good glory be, I think we need a music night." And we kids would go, it was myself and my two brothers and my sister, we would go running for my parents' closet. And my sister and I would get into mom's fancy clothes, and my brothers would go grab my dad's ties, and then we would play music, and we would dance all night. We did the chardash, we did the hora, we did the polka, we did Mexican dances, we did dances from all over the world, and then just silly dances. But we grew up with this wonderful, wonderful landscape of music. Every Saturday, my parents would sit down and listen to opera. And I think I went to my first opera when I was like 6 or 7.
Oh, wow.
And enjoyed it and look forward to going back again. But and early on, I was given piano lessons, but it was with the very strict, very rigid kind of piano teacher. She wasn't quite the stick the pin under the wrist, but she was close to it. And I got to the point where I would hide before when I got home from school, I would hide so that mom couldn't find me to take me to music lessons. So they finally got the message there, and I didn't have to go anymore, which was great. But I grew up with this wonderful baby grand in the living room, so she was my very best friend in the whole world, that little baby grand piano. And I would write my own little songs and sing my little songs. And every year at Christmas and celebrations, I'd organize my brothers and sisters into little plays and musicals and that sort of thing. So it's always been there. It's always been there.
Like a whole musical family.
Yeah.
How awesome.
My mother played piano beautifully. I found out late in life that my dad did too, but he gave it up to be a businessman. My grandfather, who was a banker, his hands actually reached a double octave on the piano.
Oh, wow.
And he had the gift of playing by ear. He would hear these complicated tunes on the radio, like Winchester Cathedral and some of the others back in the 60s. And he would just go home and sit down and play. And,
wow.
But he couldn't read a note of music till he was in his 60s. So
That's
when I was in 7th grade, my parents gifted me with piano lessons. But this was with the piano teacher that my grandfather had picked, and she only took students that could play by ear, which is me. I had learned the rote the first time. I never lost it, but she taught me to play with music. She taught me to improvise. She taught me chord theory. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Let's do it in a bossa nova rhythm this time. How would Beethoven have done that? How would we do this with a jazz scale? And so very quietly, she was teaching me very advanced chord theory and musical theory without letting me know I was learning that. And we had fun. We played with music every week.
That's really awesome.
And the auto harp, my instrument, is absolutely perfect for that because the keys are set in the circle of fifths, and so it's a very natural sort of thing.
Is that how you started to navigate? Is that the reason why you started navigating towards the auto harp, because it reminded you so much of like playing the piano?
Actually, no. I had an injury that messed up the nerves in my hands because I played guitar. I went from piano to guitar, and loved playing guitar. But this injury kept me from making clean chords, and so I was very bummed out because you can't carry a piano to the Renfair with you. it's a little difficult. But there was a lady at Scarborough Fair in Texas, and she put us in touch with a guy that was selling an auto harp, and it's been a love affair with that instrument ever since. The one I'm playing now is a luthier made, Pete Daigle up in SeaTac, Washington, made it for me. It's a Freedom harp. It's made with carbon fiber.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And so it stays in tune much better than a straight wooden auto harp. And I have found that the sound guys that I work with absolutely adore working with this harp.
That's really awesome.
I after hearing you play it several different times, I wanted that I'm a type of guy that I'll buy instruments to try to see if I can play it or try to teach myself, and it never works out. So I was curious, like, I wonder how much an auto harp is. And I went to go look, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be an expensive, I'm going to try and not succeed buy here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this or not. But man, I tell you, I love the sound of it.
I know,
the auto harp.
amazing.
It just puts you in a frame of mind, a just relaxing frame of mind. It soothes, the sound soothes you. So it was like a big major win for me. If I'm going to see if I can find me one, until I seen the price and I about had a heart attack. I was like, well, this is going to be the most, if I buy this, it'd be the most expensive buy. That's something I'll never be able to play in my whole life.
Well, Sid, next time I come to Indiana, I'll stick an extra harp in the car. And we can get together and I can introduce you, okay?
I have just a regular hand harp, and that sounds like a complete train wreck when I'm strumming that thing.
I am not musically inclined at all. I can't. I always wanted to try to learn how to play a piano or something, but it's not my forte.
I love the sound of string.
Yeah, the auto harp is an interesting instrument in its own history. It's built on the zither body, and the zither came from Eastern Europe. But somebody way back, and the Appalachians decided to put keys on it. And somehow it ended up in schoolrooms all across the country because it's basically play by the numbers. It's a physical pattern for every song. And so teachers didn't have to have a music degree to give music appreciation in their classes. They could play, my husband's favorite expression is they could play Sweet Betsy from Pike without having to go to college to learn to do that. So I know we were told that somewhere in the Akron School District, there's a room with about 25 auto harps sitting in it from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. But
we need to go find this place.
Yeah, indeed.
Where is this place at again?
We're still looking.
I'm still looking. I play instruments. It's just I love the sound of string instruments. I've even bought a Chinese violin. That was horrible. That was awful. And then I bought. I even tried to get I bought a finger piano just so I have something to instead of thumb wrestling, I have a finger piano to play. That doesn't quite sound good either. Yeah, that didn't work out. Then my background is drums. I play kit drums. I played in bands. So you get me behind a kit of drums, I'm like the Wizard of Drums of Oz on those things. But strings, I can't play. I can't play strings at all. Guitar,
I couldn't play anything. I could sing. I sang, but I could not play anything musically. No instruments at all. It was terrible.
I try to broaden my musical horizons, but those horizons end up going up in flames as soon as I start strumming. It's like an apocalypse. 5 solar eclipses happen at once.
But Sid, as a drummer, at some point you'll need to talk to my neighbor, Sue Balashek. She has the band Primal Rhythm.
Oh, really?
And that's 3 women on drums, and they're awesome.
I'll have to check them out because I love percussions. I've had so much a fan. I like Highland. I had Jacob Lee Hung on my show, and just so I could sit there and pick his brain about drums. But my heart belongs to the strings. I love the sound of string instruments. So hearing you play that auto harp, it just soothes my soul.
I'm so glad.
It's beautiful sounding, and then the way you go about doing how your presentation is about it, it's lovely. And I was like, I gotta get Ginger on this show somehow, some way. I want to twist her arm, twist her ear, drag her to the show, something to get her onto the show. But she was easy about it. It's like, sure, Sid. I'm like, really?
Fortunately, there was no twisting involved.
Well, I didn't tell her about the twisting yet. She came onto the show. I might have to twist her on to get her on the radio show, maybe.
We'll work that out. We'll work that out. But you had asked about my path to pagan. I'll try to give you the short version of it. I was born and raised Roman Catholic, as many of us were. I actually survived 14 years of Catholic school. Anyway, but there was a point where one of my daughters was pregnant with a child that only had half a heart.
Oh.
And that led to my daughter and I going to a place called Medjugorje in Bosnia, where the lady has been appearing since 1981. There's been lots of healings, lots of miracles. We suddenly found ourselves on a pilgrimage, and I was her support group. That's the only reason I was there. And wonderful things happened, and there is an epilogue to this. But at one point, and this is all very, very, very deeply Roman Catholic. At one point, just before we were supposed to come back to the States, we were invited up on Apparition Hill, and we were there praying. Somebody said, "Oh my God, look at the sun." Sun was to my back. I turned around and looked, and I saw the miracle of the sun as it was described in Fatima in 1917. I watched the sun dance all around the sky. I saw beautiful colors coming off of it. And there was somewhere in a physical inside part of my head, there was a woman's voice that was more beautiful than I have words to describe. And 3 times she said, "All gods are one, follow your path." So
I love that.
I do too.
I had an invitation from the lady on a mountaintop. How could I be anything but?
Right.
And so it's been, and she has placed these wonderful teachers and these wonderful experiences and some not so wonderful experiences in my path. And that was in 1997. And I've been learning and singing and growing ever since.
So about 1997 is when you started your pagan path officially?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. Now the epilogue, my daughter was carrying a baby with half a heart. This past, 102 days ago, this child received a new heart and liver.
Oh, nice.
And
wow.
She's 28 years old, and this is the first time her body's had full blood pressure. She's got pink fingers and toes for the first time. So,
that's amazing.
That is amazing.
It is. It's been a miraculous 28 years. Truly, it has.
I mean, that's truly magical. That puts an emphasis on magic right there. Something like miracles like that puts the emphasis on what magic is all about, right? It's those
real.
human experiences. It's real. It it makes it real. It puts it in reality. It ain't just something you think about or you're waving around. It's something that it's real, tangible, and you're witnessing it with your own very eyes. And that's what that's what magic's about.
For sure.
It is, and I was placed on and kept on a solitary path. I've learned from Wiccans, I've learned from Norse, I've learned from Celtics, I've learned from ceremonials, I've learned from all Egyptians, all sorts of different paths, and I'm constantly studying. But I am solitary, which works to an advantage because it allows me to go between groups,
the lines, yep,
without having to worry about it. And it's all spirit, and spirit flows. So that's what I do, and
it definitely flows
I'm
through
totally
you.
committed. This is my life. This is what I do. This is how I am.
It shows you're a great example for other ladies out there. To be fair, you know what I mean. More so than a lot of others, because it just being who you are. Melissa says here, another great interview would be Black Willow Starling. Yep. I got those that couple on the show coming up in December. Actually, I believe it's December 17th. They're going to be on this very show right here, and I'm looking forward to that because they really got some really good music as well. But yeah, Melissa's like, you should get them on. I'm one step ahead of you, Melissa. I beat you to the jump. Let me get to the camera. I beat you to the jump, Melissa, with my magic fingers.
Yeah. Let me give a shout out to Melissa because she is one of the greatest supporters. Melissa and William Brigley and Chuck Chapman, they are such great supporters of the pagan musicians and the pagan music. And we wouldn't be out there if it weren't for them. So thank you.
And speaking of, here is Papa Onyx, Chuck, aka Chuck. It's good to actually see him on here tonight. He's been having a little bit of challenges in his life. And so it's absolutely just a joy to see Chuck poking around here on Facebook for a little bit, coming in and saying hi to us. So I'm happy to see his name on here. I really am, because it's been a few weeks and he's been battling some things in his life. I'm not going to go into details, not my place, but he's been battling things in his life. To have him on here tonight, to come to see you, Ginger, obviously, and maybe see me and Jen too. I don't know.
Probably Ginger.
But it's going to be, my best bet's going to be on Ginger. And Will, I love Melissa. They are great supporters of the community. Musicians like yourself, they play you guys on IPR, on Cauldron Radio. I mean, that is awesome to be able to have. And what's cool is that both these radio stations, there's no competition. It's all love. They support each other. And that is a rarity in the music community. So bravo to them to be able to create bonds and friendships. Yeah, really give them a round of applause for being able to create bonds and relationships between each other like that. So yeah. But you know what we think we should do again, Ginger?
What's that?
I think we should play some more music by you.
Go for it.
I think we should play Calling Water. What do you think?
Calling Water is a good one. That's one of my very favorites. I'm very much a water baby.
It's one of my favorites too, and I'm not a water baby. But it's still one of my favorites. Anyway, you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy the song. You guys are listening to Hearth the Stag, and we're hanging out with Ginger. And this is her song, Calling Water. We brought back, guys.
Step beyond the veil and tune your spirit to International Pagan Radio, where the old gods meet the new world.
From witchy talk shows to pagan beats and moonlit musings, we celebrate every path, every spell, every soul. So light your candles, raise your vibes, and join the circle. International Pagan Radio. Music, magic, and community in perfect harmony.
Flowing like the ocean, flowing like the river, flowing like the rain that falls. Water, calling water, water, we are water. Open like the ocean, shaping like the river, fertile like the rain that falls. Water, calling water, water, we are water. Changing with the ocean, moving with the river, cleansing with the rain that falls. Water, calling water, water, we are water.
What another lovely little song. You just bring so much joy, Ginger. I mean, come on. Anybody's watching is gonna go, man, just seeing her smile, playing her music, playing that, it just puts a smile on your face watching the smile on yours. It does. It does. It's a beautiful song too.
Very beautiful song.
So what kind of stuff, Ginger, are you into today? Like, what's your practice like for you as far as the pagan path now? Is it just explain to us?
Well, I'm very much muse driven. I am the muse's daughter, I guess, would be a good way to put it. I listen, and I told her I would be here ready for whatever she wanted me to do. So there are times when I'm sound asleep and the moon will come through the window. I've got the curtains lowered so that the moon can shine on me when it's full. And I will hear music in my head and get up and have to start writing it down, or she'll start dictating to me, either lyrics or more recently children's stories. And I've got two children's books now.
Yeah.
One is Rowing My Boat, which is about a little boy who looked very different from all the other kids, and so they kind of made fun of him, but that was okay because he was inducted into the family business of riding a magical boat up into the stars to gather stardust to sprinkle on children's dreams. And then the second book I wrote, the little song that I start EnCHANTica with each week is Stardust. And it's in the dark, time before time, in the dark before dark, the great goddess sits. She holds out her hand, and that hand is one tiny mote of stardust. And for anyone that's a fan of the never-ending story, the picture in my head was the child empress there at the end.
Oh,
with
yeah.
that tiny piece of reality. But so that's a song, and I've been singing it. It was one of the first that got written during the pandemic. And this particular night, she said, "But there's more." And she started dictating, and I started writing it down, and it became Stardust, the book. And one of my grandkids is the illustrator, and it's a beautiful little book. So if anybody is looking for Yule gifts, contact me, because I've got the book.
If there's anybody in here in the,
gifts.
if there's anybody with us now watching, can leave a link into the chat to go get her book, or a place before they go to look to go purchase, please put that in the comments. So
GingerAckley.com. Yeah, GingerAckley.com will work.
Okay.
I've got links to all of my stuff there.
Look right here. Luna's all over it. I like Luna. She is one heck of a lady right there.
Yes, she is. Yes, she
on
is.
top of it. I need her around on my shows.
She is such a cheerleader. She goes out and finds these links when I talk about songs during EnCHANTica, like Walela did the Cherokee morning song. Luna went out and found the link and posted it so people could go listen to Walela.
I watched Luna on your live today, and she is posting links and this and that. I mean, she does an amazing job. So I know you're not doing it for me, Luna, but I see you doing it for Ginger, and you do an amazing job. You really do.
She does. All of the people that post lyrics for me do an amazing job. Christina is the person that actually started that, because she's hearing impaired. She lives in Tennessee, and she's got a little girl, little daughter, and she's hearing impaired. So she asked if she could get hold of the lyrics so that she could sing along. And then she started posting them, and then Luna stepped up and started helping, and Ronnie and my husband Donovan. So we keep the lyrics flowing for people that want to sing along, and it makes it so much easier. I'm so grateful.
Well, to be fair, the way you write songs, you make it very easy for if someone that doesn't know your songs to jump right in and sing along with you. I was catching myself doing that today with some of your songs, like Farewell Traveler. I'm not super familiar with the song, but it's written so well that it makes it easy for a listener to kind of chime in and sing along with it. And I caught myself doing that today.
That's why I usually do 3 repetitions of a chant. The first time introduces you to it, and you might hum along and kind of say, "Yeah, I kind of like that." The second round, you can pick up some of the words, and by the third round, you can sing pretty much the whole thing. So
we're taking the microphone and doing karaoke night on EnCHANTica.
There we go.
Hail the Traveler, sung by Sid.
Hail the Traveler has become one of the most powerful things that's ever that
especially tonight. I mean, I was sitting there listening to that tonight, and you could feel the energy of the room when you was singing that song, and it was like a warm feeling just kind of coming over from head down to your toes as you're listening to that song. You can feel the energy in the room. It's really exactly what you said.
Well, and see, Sid, one of and the muse is in charge of all this. I start with Stardust, and Stardust talks about all of the elements and how we're made from the elements. That we are Stardust, right? We're made from Stardust. And then at the end we have Hail the Traveler, and our beloved dead, our ancestors. The soul is made to travel to the stars. So it's this beautiful circle thing, which is so witchy. I mean, everything's a circle.
And I like how you say that our souls are meant to travel to the stars.
And that's the wild part. The wild part about that, when I tried to record it so that people could have a reference track. So I did it right the first time. I did it right the second time. Our soul is made to travel through the stars. The third time, every time I went to record that third round of that, my mouth would say, our soul is meant. And that's not what I wrote. Finally, I got it through my head. That's the muse that's coming through. She says, that is important. You need to say meant on that third time. We're meant to travel to the stars.
Luna Sparkle says, I cry almost every time we sing Hail the Traveler. Thank you so much for the song. You are my hero.
Oh,
Luna's a sweetheart, isn't she?
she is a total sweetheart. My husband said he cries too when I sing it. So
Well, it's that energy that you radiate when you're playing that song that becomes infectious to the point that it enters your system, kind of shorts things out a little bit, and then sends you on this journey. And by the time you're done, you're feeling that emotion where I was singing along to a song that I didn't even know.
thank you.
No, thank you. You're the one that made the song. Thank you. I mean, Papa says meant, wow, powerful. That song is, that's where we're going to close the show tonight off. It's such a great song. When we end tonight's show, that's going to be the last song that we play, because I just love. I heard it for the first time on your YouTube channel, and I've been listening to it and listening to it and listening to it, and then I watched your live show, and then you played it. I was like, I get to hear it now. Hear it. So I was like a kid in a candy store again. It's one of those nights where I'm just robbing candy and all that other good stuff. Don't say nothing. The owner might come after me. So to give us a little bit of what you got coming up in the near future, you got any new music, any projects that you're working on that you like to get out tonight, like inside information over here on Hearth The Stag?
I have so much new music that I need to record, and I have had some other artists placed in my path that want to work with me and help me really get production going on this. I've got enough chance for at least 2 more EnCHANTica albums. I've got several other children's albums that want to get done. I've got at least 1 children's book that I'm editing, and it's almost ready to send out for illustration. I just have, one of my dream projects is to get some of my instrumental music really well produced and out there. So one of the artists that I've met recently is going to help me do that, and because I hear symphonies in my head, but I can't play complete symphonies on the auto harp. I can do the auto harp and the penny whistle and some keyboard, but I'm looking forward to doing a Yule album.
That'd be nice.
And a part of it is going to be one of the instrumentals, or 3 of the instrumentals. There's a trio: Snowflakes and McKinley's Hill and Moonstone, and there are 3 instrumentals. Snowflakes happened when I was sitting at a window shortly after I got to Ohio, and it was my first fall into winter, and I saw autumn leaves going down diagonally across the window, and in my head, they turned into snowflakes. Born and raised in Texas, snow will always be magical to me, always. And then I started hearing music, and this incredible piece of music just came out. Then a little while after that, my husband took me out to the McKinley Monument in Canton, Ohio. And
that's crazy. My dad was born in Canton, Ohio.
Cool. So have you been to the monument?
No, I've never been to Canton, but my dad was born there.
Well, there's the mausoleum where the McKinleys are, and then next to it is this really neat hill that's sort of tiered. It's got like three bumps to it. And when we went there in the winter, there was a lot of snow, and I watched the kids pulling their sleds up, and then down and down and down, and pulling the sleds up, and I started hearing music in my head. That was also the day that it was the first time I ever saw people skating and playing hockey on what I termed wild ice. I had never seen people skating on ice that was not formed in a skating rink. It freaked me out.
It freaks me out
and
too.
Then after those two were written, there was a full moon, and there was like this beautiful blanket of snow, and there was a moment of like magical silence. And in my head, I saw a scene, a rock, a stone in the middle of a clearing in a wood. And the full moon comes out from behind a cloud, shines directly down on this stone, and all the animals of the forest come forward, and they like bow to the moonlight. So that's the third part of the trilogy. So these three songs are really important for me to get recorded and produced well. So that's going to be the next thing.
I cannot wait to hear those.
Yeah, me neither.
I get to one of the comments from Papa Onyx. I understand the dance with the muse. Well, understand may be the wrong word. I've experienced it. I'm glad that there's a name for it, to be fair. 'Cause I hear that lady too. And I took that leap of faith when I heard her voice. She goes, enough's enough. Go do what you're meant to do. I was a foreman at a machine shop, and I was painting. I was spray painting motors is what I did for a living. And I was in one of the spray booths, fan running, had my headphones on for the noise, and I had my face mask on, and I'm spraying away. The next thing I know, I hear this voice like, it's time to do what you're supposed to do. Put down the sprayer and just walk out that door. And I thought to myself, man, I'm making too good of money. Whatever these thoughts are in my head need to go. And then predominantly yelled in my ear as loud as she could, stop what you're doing, put that spray gun down, and walk out that door. And I was like, all right. I put the spray gun down right in the middle of a shift, laid it down, left my little mini fridge behind, grabbed my things, and walked right out the door. And I have not been back to work in 5 years. And I have more resources than I ever had as I was working. But like you said, what I love is that you're following what she asked you to do. You're wholeheartedly 100% all in. And that is where I'm at with what I do. I'm 100% all in and trying to inspire others. There's times where it's rough. There's times where it's not easy because a lot of my messaging can tend to go into dark places sometimes just because that's where I come from, is those dark places, and I pulled myself out. So my messaging is coming from those places. But to go all in, that was a scary feeling. But once you make that leap and you have faith in what's going on, the process, it's beautiful. It's freeing. It's liberating. You're living out something that you've always wanted to do, but yet always afraid to do it because you're conformed to what people have always told you you have to do. Get up at 8 o'clock, drive to work, get off at 5 o'clock. You're that grind of having to do this and not being able, and then not doing it. There's that sense of freedom, liberty. You're as long as you follow what she asked you to do. And I'm just glad that there's a name for it. I can start calling it Muse now too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't know what she was. I just thought I was going crazy.
Hearing voices.
I'm hearing all these voices and everything else. What's going on with Sid? Well, where do we begin? Ginger, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I know you had a long night of performing on your show at 7 o'clock, which I absolutely love. You guys have not checked her out. Go follow her, Ginger Ackley, right? Did I say it right?
Yep, you did. You got it.
Yes. Go follow her here on Facebook and watch her Wednesday show, EnCHANTica. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday. Go follow her. Go check her Amazon site out. Go get those books. Go check her band camp out. Get the music. Show the love. Show the support. I'm going to be showing the support, but I'm going to be playing her show every week, her music every week on my show, The Witch Next Door, right there on International Pagan Radio. So give her a like, give her a follow. Once again, Ginger, thank you.
Thank you, Ginger.
Thank you so much for having me, Sid and Jen. It's been lovely. I love the flames in the background. It's a good night for a fire.
It is. It's freaking cold out there. And there's that nasty 4-letter word we talked that Papa don't like as much as I don't like. I hate that word, snow.
Me too. I
cannot stand it. And we had some of that this week. I don't want no more of it. Anyway, we're going to end tonight's show. Once again, Ginger, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Watch it. We'll be back next week. We're going to have Marin King on the show. I'm looking forward to that as well. It's just like a family affair going on here at the Hearth the Stag.
It is.
And I'm loving it. We're going to end tonight's show with one last tune by our friend Ginger. And this is Hail the Traveler. Until next week, y'all, be safe, be well. Be sure to tune in this Sunday on International Pagan Radio for a brand new live on-air episode of The Witch Next Door. If you like what you hear tonight by Ginger, you're going to hear some more of that this Sunday, 8 p.m. on International Pagan Radio. Guys, be safe, be well, and take care of one another.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Ever wondered what happens when magic meets modern life? I'm Sid, and I'm your witch next door, bringing a little humor, a little chaos, and a lot of magic to your day. From spells to self-care, moon phases, and so much more. It's all fair game here. So grab your coffee or your cauldron and tune in to The Witch Next Door every Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming only on International Pagan Radio. Now don't be late. Witches hate that.
And rest a while within our mother's arms. Hail, hail, the traveler. Hail, hail, the traveler. soul is meant to travel to the stars and rest a while within our mother's arms. Hail the travelers, for we're all travelers among the stars. Hail the travelers, peace and comfort to those left behind.